Hello, welcome to Deep Soul Tarot. Welcome to the Daily Dish Tarot, where we get food for thought to nourish our soul. We feed our soul. Hello to everyone out there. Hello to anyone who's new. Welcome. Glad to have you. Again, my name is Kelly. This is Deep Soul Tarot, which I'm sure you already saw. And welcome back to anyone who's returning. So, today we're going to get some thoughts on the energy, and I can't shuffle, the energy that's been happening. If you haven't watched any of the past videos, I highly recommend going back and checking out the weekly read and then the daily reads from, I'm recording this on a Thursday. So today is all about Thursday thoughts. But it's just thinking about what's been going on, just giving us some more information, right? But I highly recommend, if people don't watch the others, to because it kind of goes in succession. You don't have to watch it that way, though, but I'm just suggesting. These are general reads. Keep that in mind, so it may not resonate for all of you. So just take what resonates, leave what doesn't. And they're timeless. So even though I'm recording this on June, what is today? 16th, 17th, 18th, the 19th. June 19th, we are approaching the summer solstice. So just for anybody who's interested, I am doing zodiac reads now. I was going to try to do it for the month of June. That's not going to happen. What I think I'm going to do is your energy for the summer. So for the summer solstice. So we'll say July and August and then into September. But again, energy is fluid. Time is an illusion. So this energy can happen at any time. So if you happen to watch this at a different time, that's okay. If you clicked on it, there very well might be a message in here for you. Okay? All right, let's give it a couple more shuffles. One more, and we're going to start. I hope everyone's doing well. Getting close to the weekend. Yes. I have to work this weekend, though. Friday and Sunday. I work at events, so I'm excited, though. They're concerts. So, very, very excited about that. Metallica. Anybody into Metallica? My favorite band is one of my favorite bands. My favorite band is Korn, but Pantera is going to be there on Sunday, and I'm so thrilled I'm going to work because I can't afford to pay for tickets. Oh boy, my friends. Well, as I said in my previous videos, I don't sugarcoat anything. We got the tower on the bottom here, peeps. Now, we were kind of discussing in the past videos, and again, I would check them out if you haven't seen them. We had the Three of Swords as kind of like the main theme for the week, so we had some rough energies to get through this week, yeah? And it's not that we can't do it. We can. And if we're doing our work, we can. Underneath that, we have the Eight of Cups. So it's time to think about, two things. Sorry if I jiggle the table. I really am very, very sorry about that. And the other, I watched one of my videos. Oh, dear God. I'm not a thin person. But I try to conceal as much as I can, and I reached over and did something, and man, my bat wing was right there, right on the camera. So we're going to maybe I should lean all the way back. That's kind of the reason I'm not on camera. I'm a fluffy gal. Hello all, if any of the fluffy people out there, let's unite. But the Eight of Cups. We are dealing with, I got the Queen of Cups under here, and the Fool, and the Magician, and the Knight of Coins, and the Hermit. So let's get through this really fast here. So the Eight of Cups is we have some emotional stuff to deal with, okay? The Queen of Cups is, be kind to yourself while you're going through this. It's been a tough time. You're probably very emotional. The Queen of Cups is very aware of her emotions. Female, what do you call it? Feminine energy only, not gender, just so everyone knows. We have both within us, okay? One is more dominant in ourselves than the other. I don't know what I'm saying, but never mind. Gender doesn't matter here. That's all I'm trying to say. The Fool. So it was all about taking that first step, and we have the tools to manifest what we want. So we're in this energy, taking it slow and steady, peeps. One more card, and the Hermit, doing a little soul searching. So the reason I'm going through these cards, because I saw the Hermit, it's the end of the hurt. There's the Ten of the Swords, and we're going to celebrate. The Three of Cups is underneath here. We're going to celebrate, but it's hard to see that. And if we didn't take care of what we needed to take care of, the universe has inserted something in our life that's going to give us that huge nudge where we have to just sort of rebuild everything. So I just went through that, peeps. Not recently, but well, recent past. It was about, I don't know, 7 months ago. Horrendous. So it's all about recovery. And I mean recovering from some sort of trauma or something that's happened in our life that seems to have ripped our life apart. And I'm still dealing with it, believe me. So if you're doing that, understand, I know what you're feeling right now. But we are resilient, and this channel is all about empowering yourself. So it's like, okay, this happened. This must have happened for a reason. Now let's figure out why. Let's get some thoughts on that, right? The 10 of Coins. Ooh, 10 of Coins. Interesting what popped into my head. And I have so many cards, my Oracle cards and all my Tarot in my storage right now. And I'm trying to finagle some time to go get to my storage. It's been a long process, let me tell you. But this, I'm hearing, ancestral karma. That's what I'm hearing. Ancestral karma. We need to work through, in order to get to where we want to be, in order to rebuild and be stable, we have something. There we go. Lifting again. Don't look at my bat wings. Cover your eyes. We need to work through. You know what? We need to work through this. I just noticed now, if you look down there, do you see the little child down there offering the pentacle to the dog? It's such an innocent energy, and I'm not a huge fan of kids, but that just stands out to me. Where the male and the female, masculine and feminine energy here is just, zoned out, but the child, the young child, is offering the pentacle to the dog, which is the sweetest thing. So, I mean, for some reason that seems important to me. Somebody may offer you, or maybe one of your ancestors in your past, are offering to help you get to this point. Okay? Think about your ancestors and what they could speak to your ancestors. Ask them, help me on this path. What we need to focus on, or what we can see, is things are moving forward. I think for a lot of us, we are realizing that our life is moving forward. However, we've got like a flat tire. Our tires have been flattened. Okay? I just heard, your tires have been flattened, so change them and move forward, move on. Take that as it resonates. But things are moving forward. Now maybe you're going to travel, maybe you're moving. Communication, you may be getting communication from somebody. Maybe one of your children, if you have children, or if you have fur babies, and fur baby's the best. The Justice card. So underlying all of this is the truth. Ooh, yeah. There's some ancestral karma going on here. Maybe somebody from your past. I really don't know where this is coming from. This is what I'm hearing. Somebody from your past, one of your ancestors, has dealt with a similar kind of energy. And it's up to us in the collective, and each individual, whomever this is resonating for, to work through this karma. This is all about truth, and the Justice is about karma. But it's also about the evidence, and all actions have consequences. And this Justice card, though, it's not meant to be punishing. It's meant to make us more aware of the situation, so this repeat energy doesn't happen again. Does that make sense? Let's see any of the recent past, if I could speak. The Two of Coins. Okay, so what I'm hearing specifically, I got the coins again. Now this could have to do with money or the physical world, material, a job, a school. We had a decision to make, and we had it up in the air, and we weren't sure. Maybe we were trying to juggle two things at one time, and something happened. It just didn't work. Or maybe we waited too long to make a decision, and a decision was made for us by this Tower moment. Again, trying to move forward, but your tires were flattened. Just change them and move forward. It's a simple thing. You know, it's not impossible. Just say. Now, the near future, King of Staffs. Oh, yes. I love the King of Staffs. The King of Staffs, masculine energy. This is the divine masculine, actually, in the deck. Along with the Emperor. I just heard the King of Staffs is not going to take no for an answer. Not going to take no for an answer. Hell no. Hell to the F no. I want to move forward, and I want to, let me see this. King of Staffs again. He's looking at this 10 of coins, like, all right, so I have to make amends for my ancestors. I have to deal with their karma, but I can do this. Let's do it. Let's just do it, so I can move on. This King of Staffs is ready to go at any point, okay? So, you know, you may have to, the energy may be moving fast. You may be in a stalemate right now where you don't know what to do, and boom, this tower moment happens, and it's like, holy crap, I have no choice. I'm thinking of one thing, and I hope this isn't anybody, but I'm thinking of like an eviction. Like maybe you haven't paid the rent, you've been sliding, and all of a sudden, boom, you get the eviction notice. Well, there's things you can do. You can pay the rent a lot of times, and then they'll let you stay. But if it's to the point where they're saying you have to get out, well, you don't really have much of a choice at that point, especially if the sheriffs are coming. Been there, not in my apartment, but long story there too. I didn't have my apartment anymore, and I was living in a motel, and this guy was just nasty, and he did that to all of us, not just me. Yeah. 7, the stories I could tell. 7 of Swords. Okay. This is kind of like the advice card. This is like a little mention here. Something. I'm just thinking maybe. So the 7 of Swords is all about deceit, trickery. And somebody may have deceived you or tricked you into something. You didn't realize that in this tower moment happened. But what I'm hearing with this card is the 4 of Swords and the 3 of Swords separate here. 3 of Swords, if we are familiar with the Tarot, is the stabbing of the heart. It's mental distress. And the 4 of Swords is the card after, which is like take a time out because you need a breather to recharge. But what I'm hearing with the 7 of Swords is somehow you've deceived yourself into thinking that you could get away with something. If the 5 of Swords comes out, we're going to know. Not getting away with something per se. Not that you were doing it intentionally. Now, don't get nasty here. I don't mean it that way. I mean that sometimes, procrastinating. And I've been in those shoes as well. Procrastinating in a way that, while I'm talking, let me shuffle these and we can clarify these. Procrastinating long enough that you're thinking, well, I've gotten away with it this long, let's give it a couple more weeks, and all of a sudden, boom, something happens and you're like, oh crap. Now what do? You get out your, I was going to say crowbar. I don't have a car, but the thing that takes the lug nuts off, the jack. Get your jack and lift up that car, take those damn tires off. I mean, if you've got all of them 4 flat, which is what the tower is to me, it's all 4 have been flattened, so you're going to have 4 tires available. That might take a minute. They're not cheap. Here's spare and then maybe a few other tires. But it is an easy fix, but it may take a little time, right? All right. So maybe your ancestors in the past got some broken wheels with the horse and buggy, and now you've got to deal with the same thing. I'm just teasing people. Okay, let's go. I'm getting a little loopy here. I don't know about anybody else. Like I said, when I'm recording this, the new moon is coming, which is a new beginning's coming. But man, I have just not been sleeping at all. So I don't know if anybody else is feeling that energy. Let me know in the comments. Okay. The Empress. The divine feminine. Somebody in your background, particularly, could be a feminine energy in your background, is present with you at this time. I'm just going to say that. It's asking you to be in touch with your own feminine energies, your intuition, your emotions. What is going on here that maybe you've delayed a decision, right? The 8 of Staffs. Ooh, that devil. Yeah, I had to make that apparent. So the devil is, I'm hearing the devil is stepping in here to stop you from moving forward. Trying to. But if you follow this Empress and King of Staffs energy, that's not going to happen. Because if you follow the masculine and the feminine energy within you, and that balances out, justice is going to go in your favor. Okay? And under here is because it's underlying energy that maybe we don't see. This is what's on the surface up here. That could very well be it. You may not realize it, but it's a process. It is a process. We all have our own timing and stuff. So let's get to this Justice card. The Six of Coins. Ooh, it's a give and take. It's a give and take between the masculine and feminine energies. It's a give and take between you and your ancestors. There's an ancestral energy here, I'm telling you. Maybe they're here to assist you. You're dealing with the karma of the past, but they're also here to help you through it. But that devil is lurking. So be careful. Be careful, because that devil, that's procrastination. That's the deceiving yourself and thinking maybe you can get away with something longer than you thought you know, and then all of a sudden, like I said, 2 of Coins, boom, there it is. Other people have gotten involved. You took too long to make a decision in the recent past, or it's happening now. If you're in that energy and you're trying to make a decision, my dears, because that Hermit was in there, take some time to do some soul searching. Think about it. You don't have to make a rash decision, but do it in a timely manner. Okay, Spirit, I hear you. Spirit's talking directly to me, saying, are you paying attention? Yes, I am. King of Staffs, Ace of Staffs. So this King of Staffs, which is the Wands, if you don't know, and the Ace of Staffs, is this King of Staffs. It's like when something happens with this King of Staffs energy, if something like this happens, that's only going to put fire under his arse. I say arse because YouTube doesn't like swearing, so I'm trying to be nice. The King of Staffs has a way of taking any opportunity and making it beneficial. Finding a way to make it beneficial. So let whatever's happening inspire you. You can say, F you, devil, F you. I'm going to move forward. All right? And I'm going to make this decision. I'm going to balance out my masculine and feminine energies. I'm going to do the work. I take on this challenge to undo this karmic energy that may be lurking around me from my ancestors. And that 7 of Swords, and we're going to get out of that prison. The 7 to the 8 of Swords is the Ace of Swords. We're getting out of that mental prison of telling ourselves we can't do it, or telling ourselves that, oh, we can be sneaky. It's not. The universe knows. We can fool ourselves, try to fool other people, but the universe knows. And there's a lesson in here for all of us. And there it is. There it is. There's the death. There's the end. You know, maybe when you're taking those tires off your car because they're flat, maybe you have some other repairs you need to do in the car just to make it look pretty. Like, you know, if you have a little ding or a scratch, or maybe you want to get some new seat covers. This is the end of something. Let's see what else is underneath. The 7 of Coins, the 4 of Coins, the Fool, and Temperance. And we'll stop there because I'll go on forever otherwise. The Death card is a transformation. I'm sure we all know that. It's a part of us is dying. Is that part of us just needs to go, and we need to mourn that part. That okay, bye. All right, let's move on now. We're moving on. The universe is not going to wait. 7 of Coins. That's a time out. You've come a long way. I mean, kudos to all of you in the collective. You've come a long way for probably all of you. You probably have your own stories. And at this point, you're carrying a lot on your back, but you worked hard for this. These are the fruits of your labors. But it's a lot. It's a lot. And so now it's time to think. You have the 8 of Swords and the 8 of Staffs, and after this would be the 8 of Coins. You have the 6 of Coins. I have the 8 right now. Is keep working on it, even though you've come this far. Take a time out, though. Maybe you need to rest and think, do I want to keep going in this direction, or is there a new direction I want to go into? A new path I want to go on. And that's that 2 of Coins. It's up in the air. But it could be a new job. But you're holding on to something. I think it's fear. You're holding on because you're afraid. If I do this, what if I fail? What if I don't have enough money? I just had that at Goodwill the other day, people. I never buy anything for myself because I work and I pay bills and whatever. And I've always wanted a Trivial Pursuit game, and I finally found it. And it was only it wasn't even $5, so it was $4 something, $4.70 I think. And I spent the money. And I bought this little thing here over there. I don't know if you can see it over there. You can't see it very well. And I bought that that was kind of expensive. I think it was $5. Didn't have a price on it. But anyways, Goodwill. I like thrifting. But anyway, I just did that. And I shouldn't have, but, whatever. But sometimes you just have to let go of that. Felt good, too. Let me tell you. It felt good. The Fool. Taking that first step. There it is again. That has been kind of a theme this work. Taking that first step and throwing caution to the wind. Okay? You know what? Fix those damn broken tires. Put them on. Go on a road trip. I don't care where you go. Even if it's a short one. To the beach, the mountains, somewhere you'd like to go. Maybe to the park. And just think and say, you know what? This is the beginning. That's the end. Now this is the beginning of my new life. That was the end. Those tires falling off. Symbolic. Temperance. Balance. Turning a bad situation into a good one. Patience, though. Being patient. Balancing your physical life with your spiritual life. But you're turning it into something so much better by paying attention to the spiritual side of things and seeing that it's a lesson. The Knight of Cups is following your heart, and you're going to be victorious. This is beautiful. But in order to get there, you have to make a decision. If you've had a tower moment, those tires have been popped, and all of a sudden you're like, well, mother effer, maybe you're out in the middle of nowhere. And you have to call, what's the thing called? I don't remember. AAA. Call AAA. Fix those tires. Fix those flattened tires. Call AAA so you can move forward. You have to make that decision. Oh, my God, peeps. I love this. Okay, thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate it. I hope this was helpful for at least some of you. If it didn't resonate now, sometimes come back and visit. Sometimes it resonates later. Do remember to like, share, and subscribe. I love hearing from you, so comment down below. Let me know if any of this resonated. Be aware, it's coming. The cusp reading is coming for Gemini Cancer. I have a Cancer channel, Chariot Around the Moon, so check that out. It's a whole other channel just for Cancer energies. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus in your chart or on the cusp, whatever. It's for everybody, but it's based on Cancer. And I also have the Zodiacs coming out, so it's going to be an overview of the summer. All right? And then I'll do individual Zodiac signs for July and August. All right. Yes. I'm trying to get it all in. Love you all. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'll see you in the next one. Now, tomorrow, Friday, it's for the weekend, so weekend energies. Tune in. If you can't do it now, when you see this video, or when you see it, just save it. That's what I do with my videos. I have a whole list of things. Watch later. All right. Thank you so much for tuning in. I love you. Peace out.